Hello everyone, in this session I would like to explain about encapsulation with data hiding and about exception handling. Encapsulation in Java means assigning values to the variables and getting values from them that going on without direct access to the variables from outside, but with special types of methods named getters and setters. And while these methods take complete control of the variables, it means these methods encapsulate the variables and encapsulation happening within a current class. And we can get access to the variables from outside the class only with a special getter or setter methods that encapsulate it. For data hiding, we can restrict the variables for writing or reading under these specific methods by applying the keyword private in front of variables that need to be encapsulated. So keyword private makes these variables visible within the class they present in with getter and setter methods for it. And only with the specified get and set methods we can get control of it from outside the class. It allows better tracking and debugging of the code and sets some conditions for accepting variables when needed. Let's explain its detailed syntax. It contains two parts. First, we declare instance variables as private for data hiding within the current class. Second, we provide getter and setter methods for control of these variables. These methods are provided almost automatically by any ID, but we can use getters and setters in a more powerful and smart way by including a condition inside it. For example, a standard get method has the following syntax. Keyword public to make this method visible for all classes in all packages within the project. Next, data type of variable we would like to get. Then word get as the first word in the method name, and the variable name starts with a capital letter as the second part of the method name. Then blank parentheses, and inside the following curly braces just keyword return and the variable name. It is the method for getting access to this variable from outside of the class. The standard syntax for the setValue method is the following. The public keyword modifier makes this method visible for all classes in all packages within the project. The keyword void means that it is for setting value but not for returning it. Then word set as the first word in the method name, and the variable name starts with a capital letter as the second part of the method name. Then inside the parentheses, data type and name of the variable we set. Next, inside the curly braces, keyword this dot the variable name equals the variable name. Please pay attention to the semicolon at the end of each statement. Also, we can provide a smart way for the set method by including some conditions like if statement inside it, and by not providing get method for some variable if the information is only supposed to be stored in a database. While executing a Java code, some errors or exceptions can occur. It terminates the program, and these exceptions need to be handled for continue of the program execution. There are two types of exceptions in Java. Checked one may happen at the time of the code typing and before running the program. It named as exceptions in compile time, like interrupted exception, IO exception, no such field exception, etc. Most of checked exceptions can be postponed by adding the keyword throws and an exception name at the end of the method signature. To handle this checked exception, one mouse click is enough in any ID. By adding keyword throws with the name of the exception at the end of the method signature that is responsible for this. Let's start the program. and we can see it works perfectly fine. But in fact, it means that this method can throw the exception if this exception will occur. We can see it right here while trying to read content of the file. It is also indicated right here as the checked exception is present in the compile time. And we can also add the exception to the method signature. But if this exception occurs, the program will stop working at the line of the code that causes it. We try to read from not existing file, and for sure this exception will occur. So let's run it. And we can see this method throws the exception at line number 12, exactly as it indicated right here. So only one option exists to properly handling it for let the program running further in case of any exception occurs. Try and catch block. It has the following syntax. Keyword try before the line or lines of code we try to test for an exception. Then block of code when an error can happen has to be surrounded by pair of curly braces. Next, keyword catch and inside parentheses universal phrase exception E that can catch all the exceptions and hold it in reference variable named E. And next, inside the curly braces, we need to indicate what we need to do with the exception. We can just add the method named print stack trace to the reference variable named E to print detailed information about it in the console and let the program execute further. Let's run it. And we can see the exception is successfully caught in the try block of code, and the line of code inside the catch block prints detailed information about it into the console with the indication in what class and in which line this error occurred. And the program continued to work, performing the code on the line number 20, for example. Unchecked exceptions are those that cannot be recognized as a possible error in compile time, and they prevent a program to work after the program starts and got the line where unchecked exception occurred. And because of that, it named runtime exceptions. It can be an arithmetical exception, like while dividing by 0, or array index out of bound exception can happen if an index is either negative or greater than or equal to the size of the array. Or null pointer exception is thrown when an application attempts to use null in a case where an object is required. Unchecked exceptions can only be resolved by using try and catch statements. And only try and catch statements can overcome an error that occurred no matter checked or unchecked exception it was. Let's see it with unchecked exceptions in examples. Here we can see the string has the value of null, and by getting the length of the string it will cause null pointer exception. So we try this code for the exception, and in catch block we just print information about the possible error. This array has the size of 3 elements that equals index 2 for its last element. And while trying to assign a value for index 5 of the array, it will cause array index out of bounds exception, and it's also properly handled with try and catch block. Let's run it. We can see that all errors are overcome. We got detailed report about it in the console with class and line names where it happened. And the program continues to work. So thanks for watching. If you find it helpful, please hit a like button and see you soon.